Hey guys, my name is Brian and welcome to my eclectic kitchen. At one point in my life, I was a professional chef. That's right, people actually paid me to cook for them. Now that I'm not getting paid to cook, I can just cook for fun, for myself and my wife. And because we need to eat. People always ask me, hey Brian, your vegan tomato bisque was awesome. Can I have your recipe? To which I reply, no can do. Recipes are for people who can't cook. I can. Just Just kidding. I don't actually say that. But this does create a terrible recipe sharing dilemma. So that's why I came up with the idea of doing this cooking blog. So you can just watch me make my vegan tomato bisque. Then just copy me and you too can make awesome vegan tomato bisque. I'm going to be doing this with other recipes. So eventually you can be as good as me and be as well fed as me and my wife. That probably came out wrong. Now, if you don't know me, I did go to cooking school, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. Although, I will tell you about two legends of me from cooking school. One, I was the only person to burn himself in cold foods class. I'm quite proud of that one. Two, I'm the only person in my cooking school to ever give himself a concussion. True. All that being said is, I can assure you with at least 95% certainty that I'm not going to lead you in the wrong direction. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus the camera on the cutting board and the pot so you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And I'll just make clever antidotes and I'll talk you through it as I'm doing it. Plus I'll have some music going in the background, so if you don't want to listen to me, you can just listen to the music and watch how I cook. Sound good? Alright guys, so first we're going to start with one whole white onion. I'm just going to dice this kind of roughly just because I'm going to puree the soup at the end. So the pieces don't need to be very uniform or anything like that. Nothing fancy, just as long as you kind of get them in pieces and don't just put a whole onion in there and expect it to soften. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them into strips. So all you got to do is, with your knife, the root kind of facing away from you, and just rock your knife back and forth and just cut nice strips. Again, they don't have to be even, they just have to kind of be in pieces like that. I'm just going to put them in my pot. Next, I'm going to take some whole cloves of garlic. Make sure they're nice and peeled. Okay, I'm going to take the garlic, and with the flat end of the knife, I'm just going to smash the garlic so that we open up the insides and get them nice and tender, and get all the oils out of the garlic that you can when you're cooking it. Again, you don't have to dice it since you're just going to puree the soup at the end of the day. So it'll kind of look something like that. Next, I'm going to use some extra virgin olive oil, just about a teaspoon if you want. Again, the beauty of not using a recipe is it doesn't matter how much you actually put in, just as long as the end product tastes good. Turn my burner on. So as they're starting to soften, what we're going to do is we're going to add in some seasoning. So I have some dried oregano, about a teaspoon will do, if you absolutely must measure. Same with some dried thyme. And about half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. Ooh, baby. Now you're going to start to see some caramelizing on the bottom of your pot. It'll turn brown a little bit. That's okay. Just keep stirring. And when your onions and garlic are really soft, we're going to add the most special ingredient of the bisque. Alright, so everything's starting to get nice and soft, and we're starting to get some nice color on the bottom of the pot. So now we're going to add our special ingredient, and that is gin. That's right, gin, baby. We're going to add about 1 ounce of gin inside, and that's going to release the brown that's on the bottom of the pot. Gin. Now we're going to add about half a cup of vegetable stock. If you don't have vegetable stock, you can just use water, and that's fine. Now things are starting to quiet down a little bit.